Thank you for joining me here this afternoon. The time is currently 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern, and you have a live look at a tornado warning storm in portions of central New York. This is a tornado warning for Stockwell, Hobben Corners, Brookfield, West Brookfield, North Brookfield, Hubbardville, and Hamilton. If you're included in this tornado warning, you need to seek shelter immediately on the lowest floor of a building, away from windows, and in an interior room. This storm is actually rotating quite a bit as it went through Lebanon, then Randallsville, and it still is now that it is near the Hubbardsville area, so if you're east of Hubbardsville, we need you to take shelter immediately. Again, this is a tornado warning for portions of central Oneida and southeastern Madison counties, south central Oneida and southeastern Madison counties. And again, this storm is rotating pretty impressively here, actually, so we got to watch that pretty closely. We also have 5 severe thunderstorm warnings in effect right now. We got some in Ohio, some in Pennsylvania, some up into Vermont, some into New Hampshire. So we've got ourselves quite a few storms to watch here on this fine afternoon. And again, right now our main focus is that tornado warning storm that is currently impacting portions of southeastern Madison County here. Okay, so again, this is right now to the east of Hamilton by a couple miles here. This is near Hubbardsville, North Brookfield. You guys are, you got seconds, all right, maybe a couple minutes at best. So we need you guys to get in shelter immediately. Again, this is a small interior room away from windows and on the lowest floor of a home or building. If you have a storm shelter, obviously go there. But I know a lot of storm shelter people up here in New York do not have storm shelters. It's just not a thing that they commonly do up there, obviously, so don't imagine a lot of people probably have a good way to get away from this, unfortunately, other than just to get into like a closet or a bathroom. So again, hopefully everybody's taking their proper precautions out here, whatever that is. If you're traveling along Highway 12 here in between Sanger Field and Brooks Corner, we need you to get off now as this area of rotation is rapidly approaching. You got a couple minutes to slow yourself down, but you don't have very long, okay? So make sure that you are getting off in a safe spot. Don't park under an overpass. Obviously, that's really dumb. I don't know why a lot of people do that, but that's a common misconception. People think that that's a good idea, but it's really not. So anyway, here we go. Again, our tornado, or our rotation here that could be producing a tornado is located right now to the north of Hubbardsville. If it is on the ground, again, it would be located right over a Quarterline Road here. So again, that's the main storm to watch right now. I'm going to go and pull up stream chat, so if anybody has any questions about their location, feel free to leave those down below. And now we have a new tornado warning. So, a new tornado warning has now been issued. It's doing the thing where it disappears and it reappears, but it'll be back here in just a second. But we do have a new tornado warning now. Just give me just a minute here. I don't know why it's... Oh, there we go. So this does include Binghamton, New York. Okay, so we need all you guys in Binghamton to seek shelter immediately. This is actually some pretty decent rotation here over Endwell right now. So again, this is a brand new tornado warning for Binghamton, New York. So I'm going to go and play the alert sound on that one.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
So we have a new tornado warning if you're just now tuning in for downtown Binghamton, New York here. If you're in Binghamton, we need you to seek shelter, as well as Johnson City, Port Dickinson, Port Crane, Sanatoria Springs, West Colesville, Brookvale, all those areas there. We need you guys to seek shelter immediately. Again, on the lowest floor of a building in an interior room, away from windows. So, again, this is probably our more concerning storm out of the two right now, as that rotation continues to increase there. As it approaches Willow Point, Johnson City, and Westover. Again, we need you guys to seek shelter right now if you are in this area. This is an extremely dangerous situation here. One that I know you guys out here don't see a lot, but it's one that we have to take seriously.
Continues to increase there.
This is going to parallel Highway 17 here as it heads eastward. Okay, so apparently Roman's on a dinner break. Alright. So thank you all for just not tuning in. Thank you guys for everybody that's tuning in from Roman's channel. And again, we're going to continue to watch this rotation here as it rides Highway 17. Again, this is approaching Johnson City right now on the north side of Binghamton. But even in downtown Binghamton, we need you to seek shelter. And again, we still have our area of rotation too out here near Coal Hill, so I want to ignore you guys. Definitely still something to look out for there. Yeah, there hasn't been a 10% up here in 6 years. There hasn't been a day 2 10% out here ever. Because day 2 specific outlooks have kind of been a recent thing, but there's never been a day 2 10% tornado risk out here. But that's what we had yesterday, and again, obviously now that's playing out today. So, we gotta hope, seriously, we gotta hope that that's not where our rotation's located and that that's not a debris signature. I don't think it is, luckily. Let's see. Okay, it wasn't. That was the same scan. Okay, never mind. I thought that was a new scan that came in. But nope. So, again, we're going to watch out here for all you folks on the north side of Binghamton. Girlfriend's house got hit last night. High winds knocked large branches in one treetop, Wisconsin-Illinois border. That's crazy. I'm sorry to hear that. The tornado warning has a populated area? Yeah. Yeah, Binghamton is probably one of the bigger cities that got put under a tornado warning so far today. I know we had Montpelier under a warning, but this is probably the second biggest so far, because we've had a couple tornado warnings before this. We haven't had anything that significant, though, and we weren't expecting anything significant, but we are expecting around now for things to start to ramp up here. Holy cow, dude. That is a hook echo if I've ever seen one. That was a really bad voice crack. That is a hook echo if I've ever seen one. My gosh, dude. Jeez, I didn't even realize how long that had been there. I don't think I looked on the reflectivity on this storm yet. But there we go. Again, if we have a tornado right now, it'd be located in Willow Point or on the northeast side of Willow Point, near the Susquehanna River. We got a couple of new severe thunderstorm warnings here to deal with, one of which is back into Colorado. What the heck? One of them's in Ohio, but this one here in Colorado, this is for Pritchett. Make sure they're getting indoors immediately there. Our Ohio storm is, it's just an extension here. Or no, that's not the right one. Oh, wait, the new one's up here in Vermont, actually. So, this new severe thunderstorm warning here is for downtown Montpelier for the threat of 60-mile-per-hour winds, penny-sized hail, and a possible tornado. I know you guys had to take shelter earlier, and luckily you don't need to do anything like that yet, but if you are in Montpelier, it'd be smart to get inside now before the storm approaches and prepare to take shelter if necessary. Because remember, you're still under a tornado watch. This is still probably the most favorable environment in the entire country right now for tornadoes. Maybe in the entire world. I haven't looked at the weather for Russia today, but they also have to deal with heat too, yeah. Okay, so what it looks like to me is happening here is we had this little shower here act as a cell merger. It's kind of knocked into this storm here, and I can't tell quite yet if that's strengthening it or weakening it, but let's see on the velocities. It really doesn't look like it had a huge effect on it. It may be weakening out a little bit. But still, if you're in Johnson City, Binghamton, Pope's Ravine, 5 Mile Point, West Windsor, Brookvale, Dunbar, Oquaga, West Colesville, Sanitaria Springs, Port Crane, Himmons Corner, Chenango Bridge, Hyman Corner, Pleasant Hill, New Ohio, Belden, all these areas here, you need to be in your safe spot. I don't care where you are in this warning. Unless you're to the west of our rotation, and in that case you're good. So like Willow Point, Enwell, Twin Orchard, Endicott, Vestal, you guys are the only people that we can give the all clear here. A lot of you guys were all clear before the warning even got issued. Or like whenever the warning got issued. Yeah, this rotation's definitely trying to wrap around here over Johnson City as we speak, probably on the northeast side, maybe on the east side. So we got to see here what this next velocity scan looks like. This is going to be a big scan here to deal with. So again, right now our rotation is probably getting very close to actual downtown Binghamton as we speak. Binghamton has a population of 47,000. Not as many as I thought, but still, I mean, that's a pretty big deal. And the actual tornado warning population of that polygon there is actually probably even quite a bit more than that. If we take a look here, let me see. So, wow, yeah, it looks like that we have about 150,000 people included in this tornado warning. So, again, very dangerous situation here for Binghamton. North side of Binghamton, I mean, this is coming in. You really got to go now. We may have a tornado. And if we do have one, it is ripping through the greater northwestern side of Binghamton right now. And it is coming in hot. It's moving pretty quickly here. Still got that very defined hook feature here on the reflectivity. Little scary whenever we get events like this in populated areas. Our northern tornado warning, right now it's continuing to rotate just about as much as it was. So again, Brookfield, Hobbin Corners, you guys need to be in your safe spot. 99 here in between Sangerfield and Brookfield. You get off, get indoors and seek shelter. Montpelier has a population of 8,000. Really? Okay, so I guess this is the most populated area we've had a warning for today. Poughkeepsie, you are now under a severe thunderstorm warning. This is for parts of New York and Connecticut for the threats of quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. So if you're in that area, make sure to get indoors there. Again, that's for the Poughkeepsie area. Looks like we got ourselves a pretty decent hail core there near Spacken Hill, Spacken Kill, one of the bigger ones we've seen today, just because of the fact that a lot of these storms don't have hail with them at all. This may be the first severe warning of the day in Connecticut. I could be wrong, though. A lot of our storms have been further north than this, though, I feel like. I'm not sure, but it doesn't matter. And we have a new tornado warning now. I saw it pop up there before the alert sound even went off. Is this right? I could be wrong, my gosh. A lot of our storms. I tried to play the alert sound. I need to stop doing that.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
I need to stop doing the thing where I keep my stream on. Just muted. But anyway, we have a new tornado warning now for Amity, Sycamore, areas along Interstate 79 in Pennsylvania. We need you guys to be taking shelter immediately, as this is a rotating supercell capable of producing a tornado at any minute. And wow, so yeah, south there of East Findlay, that is rotation over Simpson Store. Very dangerous storm there. Very dangerous looking storm. No hail with that. And we have another new tornado warning as well. I'm trying to play the alerts, but it's not working. So that's great. It's about to glitch out here in a second and say it like 4 times, I think. But we have a new tornado warning for Bridgewater, Unadilla Forks, Mapledale, Babcock Hill. We need you guys to seek shelter immediately. Now, this does not include Winfield. Winfield's actually in a different National Weather Service zone, but I have a feeling that the National Weather Service office over here is going to do something soon, and wow, okay, that's really impressive rotation. I think actually what happened was we heard the alert sound for probably the one in New York here, but I just saw the one in Pennsylvania, and I don't know, it's weird, but the alert sound did not go off for one of them. That's what we know for sure. But yeah, this is really strong rotation here. And over Winter Hill, again, you have to be getting to your safe spot if you're out here. This is a really dangerous situation. Very defined hook, inflow. Wow. And again, our Pennsylvania storm's one to watch too. Again, this is the southwest of Pittsburgh, heading east towards Nineveh. It's been rotating here for a few minutes actually, but now Nineveh, Plumsock, Rough Creek, and Sycamore. Again, you are now under a tornado warning. Also like to note, downtown Waynesburg, you're good. We're not really concerned about you, but if you're on the north side of Waynesburg, we need you guys to shelter, right? The cutoff line is right on top of the town, and I hate whenever this happens. Because some people get the alert sent out, some people don't. But in reality, everybody in that town probably wants to know about that. I mean, it's mostly it's entirely dependent on what cell tower you're hooked up to anyway. But what I'm saying is, some people in a town, whenever it's on the edge of a tornado warning, just will not get the alert. If their phone is maybe, so let's say you're sitting here in the north side of Waynesburg, right? There's a cell tower that you're hooked up to. The cell tower's out here, just outside of our tornado warning. If your phone is hooked up to that cell tower, it will not get the emergency alert that there's a tornado warning. And whenever you have a lot of people that may have that same effect, that's a bad situation there. Whenever you have a town like Waynesburg. Now, Waynesburg isn't huge, but it's got a few thousand people there, I imagine. Maybe. Germantown, Maryland, severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-per-hour winds. And, this is the area that we were talking about, not even a month ago for that tornado, that huge tornado. Germantown, Gaithersburg, and again, this is rotating a little bit, so Maryland, prepare for this. Dawsonville, I'm surprised they didn't just go ahead and put the tornado possible tag on this. But yeah, let's quickly go back to our New York tornado warning. The one on the backside has been allowed to expire. That's why they reissued it in the first place, because it was about to expire. So, no debris signature yet, but the thing is with that is that we are so far away from the radar site that we may not even see a debris signature if the tornado does touch down. Because we're looking really high up into the atmosphere here. But we'll see. And we need you guys to seek shelter up there either way. Kind of to get a little bit more specific here on our Waynesburg storm. So, again, the north side of Waynesburg, we need you guys to shelter, alright? Meadowlark Park, Lions Club Community Park, Greene County Fairground Park, the Super 8, the Aldi, the Comfort Inn, the Walmart Supercenter, the Greene County Museum. We got a Hardee's, Dollar Tree, Tommy Boy's, Subway, 7-Eleven, Dollar General, Washington Health System Green. If you guys are familiar with any of those areas up there, if you are like, hey, I live next to one of those areas, we need you guys to shelter. As again, that's a very dangerous storm. Let's switch it back over to our gray presentation. Just had to quickly do that so we could see the specific areas that are going to potentially be in this in the path of this tornadic supercell here, at least in our tornado warning. Again, a few scans ago, this was really worrying me here near southeast of Bridgewater, but at this point it's not quite as much. But again, I think the National Weather Service in Albany will probably issue a tornado warning for that side of the National Weather Service zone. I think that's a National Weather Service in Albany deal, unless it's Watertown. No, this is probably Albany. But then again, the county goes way up here, so I don't know. It's a weird situation here. We got a really long county. So, again, our main focus actually at this point is probably on our Waynesburg storm here. Look at that hook echo. Look at that rotation. That is not good. Not what we want to see here. And it's approaching Interstate 79. If you're on Interstate 79 in between the Baintown area and Waynesburg, we need you guys to get off and find a safe shelter. Now, if you're, only 5 minutes away from your destination, you're fine. You still got a little bit until this approaches, but just be wary. People that are going to be in this area later, you're going to need to prepare. You really do not want to be traveling in this section of the interstate here during a tornadic thunderstorm like this. Good. If you know anybody in any of these tornado warnings here, make sure to give them a call or text. And, again, really the National Weather Service here needs to do something about this. Whatever National Weather Service zone this county is in really needs to do something about this. And it may even be a situation where, The county to the south of it, too, needs to get warned. That may be back. Yeah, that would actually be back over here in this National Weather Service zone. So, man, it's a tricky situation. It is. But I know these National Weather Service zones have a lot on their hands right now. Especially Albany. They've got a watcher storm here near Poughkeepsie, as it's actually starting to rotate. We may even see a tornado warning out of that. So if you're in Poughkeepsie, Pleasant Valley, Amenia, Sharon, Kent, Warren, Cornwall, or Goshen, we need you guys to prepare. Alright, you should already be inside or under a severe thunderstorm warning, but get ready for that tornado warning to get issued here, because I think it's going to be coming any second now. Maybe not any second, but any minute. So here's an interesting situation. I think our rotation's past Binghamton at this point, but Binghamton's cut right down the middle. Situation similar to what we have down there closer to Waynesburg. But at this point, if you're in Binghamton, you're good. Again, I'd be watching this area of rotation north of Nineveh and south of Plumsock. And we have a new severe thunderstorm warning now for Santa Cruz. Oh my gosh. Santa Cruz County, Arizona. Arizona, huh? Quarter-sized hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. Alright. There are no towns included in this. Yeah, right there down by the Arizona-Mexico border. New severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Santa Cruz County. What's up, I love Roblox. Again, our main focus right now needs to be on our tornado warning storms, obviously, and it's actually looks like they just got rid of our tornado warning. Am I crazy, or did we have a tornado? Yeah, they got rid of the Binghamton warning. So again, that was kind of weakening out. It was past Binghamton anyway. But yeah, the main reason they obviously got rid of that was because it weakened out. That is the only reason they get rid of warnings. Just because it goes past the populated area doesn't mean they get rid of them. So again, if you're just now joining us, thank you for tuning in here. Again, we've got ourselves a couple of tornado warnings to focus on right now in the Northeast. Check Niles, Ohio. Right now, Niles is actually under a severe thunderstorm warning, so if you're in Niles, you need to make sure that you're getting inside. We've got 60-mile-per-hour damaging wind gusts coming your way. So yeah, if you're in Niles, I mean, you got minutes until this approaches, so make sure you're getting indoors there, but outside of that, you should be fine if you go ahead and take that precaution. But yeah, you got a pretty intense storm heading your way, so get ready. Probably going to down some trees, maybe knock out some power for a few people. New severe thunderstorm warning for Keene. Swansea and Chesterfield or New Hampshire there, southwestern New Hampshire. That is Cheshire County. Again, the National Weather Service in Gray, Maine has issued a severe thunderstorm warning. I've never seen that National Weather Service office, because we're not talking about this area hardly ever. I mean, seriously. When are we talking about severe weather up into Maine? And not just, a little bit of severe weather, but significant severe weather even. I actually did not look. What did they do at the 2000 tornado outlook, or SPC outlook? Did they change anything? Still got that 10% risk for Franklin, Concord, Claremont, Northfield, Greenfield. I feel like they may have pushed this a little further south, but I don't think they did, actually. Never mind. Damaging wind threat. Still a 30% there for that same area, pretty much. Again, includes Albany, towards Concord, Montpelier. Hail threat, again, on the lower side of things, so still a pretty similar SPC outlook as the last one. I don't know, is the new one even loaded in yet here on Radar Omega? I think it has. I think it's just like the same situation, pretty much. Neither of our tornado warning storms are really that impressive at this point, though. Again, our Winfield one needs to be watched, but it's looking like they're not even going to issue a tornado warning for that, surprisingly. Either that or they're just really late to the call here. Otsego, New York. Just a couple of rain showers right now, but again, that's tornado warning storm is off to the northwest of there, so I'd look out for that. Luckily, that's not heading your way if you're in Otsego. Yeah, this is even getting like a hook echo now. This really needs to get tornado warned here. Again, Freedom Plains, Moores Mill, North Clove, Uniontown, Pleasant Ridge, South Dover. I'd honestly be in my safe spot right now. I would not play around with that. That looks pretty nasty to me. It's even got like a hail spike, which is surprising considering it's only 1 sized hail. It could be closer to $50, maybe even ping pong ball sized hail at this point if it has a hail spike. Our tornado warning in New York has been removed, so we're left with just our tornado warning south of Pittsburgh. And again, this is actually still rotating a decent bit here. We've still got ourselves a pretty defined hook echo shape. It's a little wonky, but yeah, again, I mean, to the south of Amity there, that's definitely, southwest of Amity, that's some intense rotation. So again, if you're in this polygon here, just make sure that you're getting to your safe spot. Again, if you're west of West Union at this point, you're good. But we're mainly concerned about the Interstate 79 corridor now in case there's people traveling out here for whatever reason. They don't know that this is coming. So again, if you know anybody that may be traveling in this area or near this area anytime soon, just let them know. If you know anybody that lives here, obviously let them know. And if you are here, just take action, get to your safe spot. Alrighty. Do a quick checkup on the next velocity scan here. Our rotation should be located somewhere right in there. Very close to Highway 221 at this point and Interstate 79. Again, if you're in this area, you really got to get to your safe spot as this rotation is coming in hot. Yeah, that is still pretty ugly looking there, so continue to watch that over the next several minutes, as that, again, is a tornado warning thunderstorm right now. It's not even severe warning, so we can't even call it a severe thunderstorm. But I mean, it's definitely got like a mini supercell look to it here, if you know what I mean. Like, it's a very small storm, but you got your hook echo, you got your rear flank downdraft, so we've got a RFD surge coming in. Again, inflow, going into the storm, pumping and creating that hook feature there. What website or app is that? This is Radar Omega, available on iOS or Android. iOS and Android, sorry. It's not just like you can only get it on one. You can only choose one to have it for life. Nope. It's available on both. Wow. And we need you guys to really be paying attention to this storm here. It's east of Poughkeepsie at this point. Southeast of Poughkeepsie, a little bit east-southeast. So, again, also some big-time hail with that, but again, also the tornadic threat is really ramping up here. Probably even more concerning, actually, than a tornado warning storm. As whenever you start to see those oranges in there, that's never a good sign. Sign of high velocities. And whenever those reds meet the greens, that is obviously a rotation. So again, big hook echo here with our tornado warning storm. Roman's back. Nice. Alrighty. So, again, if you're just not tuning in, we have a tornado warning now in Pennsylvania for central Washington and south central Washington and north central Greene counties. At this point, we're concerned about Greene County. The Washington County section is not the main focus here, but north central Greene County here. Again, near Rough Creek. Got ourselves a rotating supercell capable of producing a tornado. We need you guys to be seeking shelter in Castle and Rough Creek. Again, this storm doesn't even have the tornado possible tag on it. That is just absurd. Here in New York. Again, I don't see anything that's indicative of an ongoing tornado, but again, it even had like a hook echo for a little bit. So, obviously a very dangerous storm there. You should be indoors anyway, quarter-sized tail and 60-mile-an-hour winds, but yeah. Wow. So yeah, I mean, again, that is just a really concerning look. Obviously, this is not a new radar scan, but still, I'm just shocked by it every time I keep looking at it. Again, hook, rear flank downdraft, inflow, RFT surge, and it's in a populated area to top it all off. Yeah, it's a little mini supercell here. It's so tiny. It's really not even that strong in terms of its other severe threats. It's not even prompted a severe thunderstorm warning from the National Weather Service, but it is tornado warned once again. So we need you guys to seek shelter. Holy cow, dude. Yeah, that's getting even worse looking to me. Again, we need you guys to really be taking this seriously and getting to your safe spot right now if you were out here. I mean, if you're along Interstate 79, especially north of Rough Creek, you gotta get off. Same thing with Highway 19 there, Washington Road. Very dangerous storm. Extremely dangerous situation here for everybody in this area. This tornado warning has been condensed. It still includes portions of south central Washington and north central Greene counties, though. It wasn't even condensed. Sorry, that was me being fooled. No, it was condensed. Okay. I was fooling myself. So again, that rotation is right over the interstate right now. So if we have a tornado, I'm sure a lot of people out here are noticing. At least they're going to see that this the storm is rotating out there most likely. Okay. Sorry, now I'm breathing really heavy. Try and put my microphone a little bit further back. So again, that is a dangerous look there. I am expecting this tornado warning to be continued here further eastward. Any minute now. So again, Luzerne, prepare to take shelter. Deemson, Mather, prepare to take shelter. I can almost guarantee you that you're going to be put under a tornado warning in the next couple of minutes here. And our storm over here that is rotating has been upgraded to ping pong ball sized hail. Still haven't issued a tornado warning for it, though. Okay. So again, that's our rotation there, crossing Interstate 79 as we speak. Heading for Castile. Castile, however you pronounce that. And we need you all to seek shelter in that town there. And we do have a new severe thunderstorm watch now. I still have a mesoscale for this, but we do have a severe thunderstorm watch now in effect for parts of southern New England back into the Ohio Valley. And that is, that includes a lot of states. So Connecticut, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, West Virginia. New severe thunderstorm watch there. Main threats include a tornado or two possible. Scattered damaging winds to 70 miles per hour likely. Isolated large hail to ping pong ball size possible. And again, we've really got to watch this storm here approaching the south of Deemston area, as this region doesn't even have a watch. So these people ahead of this warning box, if they didn't get the emergency alert, obviously, they have no idea that this is coming in, or had the idea that this even was a possibility today, most likely. You know, they were only under a slight risk of severe weather, which usually is not indicative of anything too bad. But here we go. Okie dokie. Again, huge hail core with this thing, big time hail spike. We can even see the hail and the correlation coefficient, which is going to make that impossible. It's going to make it is impossible to see if we get a tornado on the CC. To see if we have a debris signature. Yeah, that's definitely impressive rotation. Even more impressive now, I'd say. Again, I'm watching our storm here near Rough Creek and Lippincott. But the hook's kind of curling back in here, if you notice. The RFD is not as noticeable. Or, sorry, the rear flank downdraft's not as noticeable because of a less RFD surge. Again, our storm here near Keene in Cheshire County still has the tornado possible tag. I'd look out for that. You know, I was saying these areas may be under a tornado warning soon, but now I'm thinking maybe not. They waited a while to issue the warning, which was smart of them, and now the rotation's a little less. It's a little bit less. So, I'd give it still maybe a 60% chance that you end up under a tornado warning, but a little bit less now. So this area actually is included in our brand new severe thunderstorm watch. But yeah. And also watching our storm approaching Montpelier with the tornado possible tag, but I mean, that's really just some thunder showers at this point, man. That's what we've been talking about a lot today, like last stream especially. Apparently Roman ended stream, apparently he's tired. Alright. So if you're just not tuning in from Roman stream, I know he just ended stream again. We're just going to continue to cover these storms here. Apparently he's really tired. We have a new tornado warning now. It is an extension, so they did go ahead and issue that new warning there for the Luzerne, Brownsville, Deemston, Centerville, Mather area. On the south side of California there. But yeah. Again, the rotation's a little less with this storm, but we still need you guys to seek shelter out there in Washington, Greene, and Fayette counties in southwestern Pennsylvania, south of Pittsburgh once again. Wouldn't really call this the southern Pittsburgh suburbs. It's really south of Pittsburgh. by about 30 miles there, south of downtown Pittsburgh. That's a tongue twister. Cheshire storm here is still warned for tornado possible tag, and it also has half dollar sized hail now. I don't know if that's new or not, but it is there. And again, our tornado warning here in southwestern PA is continuing to remain in effect. So, we gotta watch this storm here. Let me go ahead and check something real quick. We do have a new mesoscale discussion. Strong to severe storms will continue into the evening time hours. The greatest severe weather threat lies across parts of North Massachusetts, Vermont, and New Hampshire. It's in effect until 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. Again, obviously, these areas here are all in Eastern time. So, just for some reference, though. Alrighty. New severe thunderstorm warning has now been issued. Well, I think it's doing the thing where it disappears and it'll reappear here in a second, but awkward silence. Yep, so that is an extension there for our Santa Cruz County, Arizona storm. So now Patagonia, you're under a severe thunderstorm warning, so look out for that. Make sure you get inside. We have a new tornado warning now. 4 parts of Connecticut and New York. I think this is Connecticut's first tornado warning today. This is for the cell that we've been watching for so long here now. They did finally go ahead and tornado warn it. Again, that is pretty concerning rotation. This is probably its most concerning point as it approaches Kent, Warren, and Cornwall. So we need you guys all to seek shelter that rotations over Highway 22 right now. Got ourselves a new storm to watch. Not a new storm to watch, but now the National Weather Service is watching it, apparently. Yeah, that's along the New York-Connecticut state line there. Yeah, our storm here is becoming way less organized in the Millsboro area, south of Pittsburgh. So I think we're probably going to see that tornado warning get removed pretty soon. Probably cancel it. But yeah, now we got to watch Dutchess County, New York, as well as Litchfield County, Connecticut. Now we have a new severe thunderstorm warning for the Binghamton area again. I know you guys in Binghamton just got hit. You had to take shelter, so it's not going to be anything like that with this line of storms. You got a tornado possible tag, 60-mile-an-hour winds. It's mainly going to be a damaging wind threat, all right? Not really a tornado threat, but we need you to get indoors still. And this area near Ridgebury here looks to be rotating a little bit, but that's to the south of Binghamton by quite a bit. We have another new severe thunderstorm warning in effect as well for a large section of Vermont. It's the north of Montpelier, Middlesex. Again, I know a lot of you guys just had to take shelter earlier. This isn't going to be anything like that. 60-mile-an-hour winds, penny-sized hail, tornado possible. This is a little thunder shower here. But go ahead and get indoors anyway. It's an extension of our storm there that was near the Burlington area, heading for the Montpelier area as we speak. Alrighty. I mean, really so far this has kind of been a big bust. It's been kind of a nothing burger. We've had so many tornado warnings, but not any actual tornadoes yet. Really, the damaging wind threat hasn't been as elevated as we thought it might have been originally. I don't think we've had any warned for 70-mile-an-hour winds today. I think it's all been 60. And then obviously we're never really expecting a hail threat, so the fact that that didn't play out, that's not surprising. But really not too much is happening so far. Not too much has happened so far either. Alrighty. So again, that storm there south of Pittsburgh, its rotation is back a little bit, but again, it's not as concerning as it was originally. And honestly, on the most recent scan, it kind of looked like the same could be said for our New York, Connecticut storm here. But again, we still need you guys to seek shelter in both of them. Actually, the New York, Connecticut one did kind of re-strengthen there over that past scan. Again, that's some pretty tight rotation there. It's not super strong, but it's tight. And we need you guys to take shelter for it in Kent and Warren, as well as Cornwall. But Kent and Warren are more in the direct path of it. This rotation's mainly going to stay on the south side of this warning polygon here, crossing the state line as we speak of New York and Connecticut. Again, right now it's in Dutchess County, New York, but in the next several minutes it's going to be in Litchfield County, Connecticut, as it crosses Highway 7 there. So we have a flash flood warning now confirmed on our Vermont storm as of 2 minutes ago. We have observed flash flooding ongoing in Morristown, Woodbury, Worcester, Moscow, Stowe. Apparently we're getting 1 to 2 inches of rainfall in 30 minutes. It's crazy. That is actually insane. So yeah, we need you guys obviously to avoid driving if at all possible. Again, I know I stuttered a lot there, but avoid driving if at all possible. Apparently we have flash flooding currently being reported by the public in that area. Again, probably our more concerning storm out of the two tornado warning ones right now is our one that we've been watching for so long on the New York, Connecticut state line now. And we were watching this even before it got tornado warned. It's also got huge hail. Again, I don't want to ignore that. Obviously, ping-pong ball-sized hail is enough to cause a little bit of damage to some windshields, some windows, maybe injure some weaker pets outdoors or something. Our mode of storms back out here into parts of Montana and North Dakota. It looks like we have some of those showers and thunder showers still just going on in Canada there, but again, they're starting to get a little bit stronger, but again, they're not really dipping down in the United States yet, but again, we're still several hours out from that event most likely, so it's too early to say whether or not those are actually going to dip down into Montana and North Dakota. Again, the HRRR was saying no, but the dam was saying yes. So it's a battle of the models once again. New severe thunderstorm warning has been issued. We have a severe thunderstorm warning for parts of New York and Pennsylvania there. For the Johnson City area, tornado possible, 60-mile-an-hour damaging wind gusts. Wait, that's not the new one. Where's the new one? I think it's doing its disappearing trick. Check the Keene, Chesterfield storm. Oh, wow. So we got some rotation there, it looks like. Again, it has the tornado possible tag on it, and a lot of this is actually looking super high up into the atmosphere because of our distance from the radar site. But still, pretty dangerous spot of rotation there. We may see them issue a tornado warning for that. And we kind of talked about earlier how some of these storms, like that one, are in a pretty terrible radar hole today. Makes it hard to see what things are actually looking like in there, which is obviously rough. New severe thunderstorm warning has now been issued. So our other new one was for parts of Pennsylvania. Nope. This one's for parts of Pennsylvania and New Jersey. So Wilmington, you've got a severe thunderstorm warning now for quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds. So if you're in Wilmington, make sure you're getting indoors there along Highway 1. Again, right along the Pennsylvania-New Jersey state line. It's going to be here in the next few minutes, looks like. Again, if we do have a tornado right now, it'd be located in Kent almost at this point. So we need you guys in Kent to be in your safe spot, and obviously East Kent and Warren need to be getting there right now. Watching from Millbrook, New York. Let's see here. It looks like Millbrook is currently in the clear. However, you did just have that tornado warning sweep through, so at this point, honestly, you're good. I didn't even realize you were included in our main storm that we're watching here, but yeah, you're good at this point. But if you know anybody to the east of you, obviously let them know that this is coming in if they don't already somehow know. Is the Burlington radar glitching for me? Because it is for you. I mean, if you're just talking about this is just standard contamination here. And we now have a tornado warning for our storm in southwestern New Hampshire that we've mentioned a couple times for the Keene area. Again, I said it might go tornado warning, and there we go. Swansea, Marlborough, Webb, Dublin, Keene, Harrisville, Hadley. You're now under a tornado warning. Troy, we need you guys to seek shelter immediately. Again, that's our third tornado warning right now. I'm going to be honest, guys, it doesn't look like we're going to be done anytime soon, but it's also kind of a nothing burger. East of the Burlington radar? Oh my gosh, another one. Where's that new tornado warning now? I wish I had my new tornado warning has been issued sound still up, but I got rid of it, I X'd out of it a while ago. That's in Vermont. So the north of Montpelier there, our thunder showers have warranted a tornado warning. So there we go. Something going on with reflectivity. Yeah, that's, talking about this, if that's what you're talking about, I think those are just rain showers, honestly. If you're talking about this stuff out here. Okay. So we have 4 tornado warnings now. Last time I mentioned the fact that we had 3, we got another one. Is it going to give us another one now? Please don't. Wow, so yeah, our Swansea storm may be our most concerning one right now, but again, we are looking really high up into the atmosphere to see this. No debris signature, but again, we're looking really high up into the atmosphere there, so that may be why. We may have a tornado on the ground there. Again, we need you guys to seek shelter immediately. And our storm back here near Kent and Warren is no joke either. Again, those are probably our 2 more serious ones right now. The one in Vermont and the one in Pennsylvania are a little bit less dramatic, a little bit less severe. Especially our Pennsylvania one at this point. It's probably going to see that tornado warning get removed soon. You could probably give them the all clear in that area. If you really have an emergency going on that you need to deal with, you're probably fine to leave your safe spot there. Alrighty. So again, this is a tornado warning for parts of New York and Connecticut. If you're just out sitting in, we have a tornado warning for west central Litchfield County in northern Connecticut and east central Dutchess County in east central New York. At this point, we're only concerned about the Connecticut side of the state line. It's past the New York side, so if you're in the New York side here, this warning, you're good in the Uniontown area, but we still need you guys out here in Connecticut to seek shelter. East Kent, Warren, East Cornwall, Cornwall Bridge, North Cornwall, West Woods. We need you guys all to seek shelter immediately on the lowest floor of a building away from windows in an interior room if you have not already. If you have already, we need you to just stay there for a few more minutes and then we'll be able to give you the all clear eventually. And this storm is continuing to look more and more impressive here south of Keene in New Hampshire. So again, we may even see a confirmed tornado with that soon there. I don't like the look of that. Again, we have to look at it from a pretty crappy radar zone. Or we're looking at it in the crappy radar zone from a radar site. The Massachusetts radar, the Boston radar. You really could just call it the Massachusetts radar because there's no other radar sites in Massachusetts. You could just call it the New England radar because there's almost no other radar sites out here in New England. Like, Massachusetts, that's the only one they have. Connecticut doesn't have any. Rhode Island doesn't have any. So, like, southeast, like, eastern New England. I mean, that's just, that's the eastern New England radar site, you know? Because it is not a big area. It is also a little bit of a radar hole, but yeah. Alright, so the New York side of the state line here is no longer included in our tornado warning. Once again, we already gave you guys the all clear, but if you don't want to take the word from me, there you go. The National Weather Service has given you the all clear. Okay. So this rotation looks to be broadening up a little bit here over Highway 12. A little bit less intense and less concentrated there near Marlboro. All of our tornado warnings expire in 19 minutes, so if none of them get reissued, we'll be able to end off stream there and call this event a nothing burger, at least the beginning of it as a nothing burger. And we could still see some more action, but I think for the most part, the time frame for tornadoes is almost up. Their time is done soon. It's 5 o'clock out here, and a lot of my forecasts we were talking about, the time frame being about 2 to 5 for tornadoes. I think these storms have lost their shot. The Storm Prediction Center is again leaning in to the fact that we may have a little bit of a tornado threat still lingering out here into 6 p.m. Eastern, being generous, but I don't know. I think our damaging wind threat's going to start to develop soon, and our tornado threat's going to be gone. That's really what this event has been. It's been a damaging wind event. Really, that hasn't been too extreme, though. Not as bad as it could have been, definitely, as we had that 30% risk. But again, neither our wind or tornado threat were hatched today. Our hail threat wasn't either, but our hail threat wasn't even big enough to get hatched. But yeah. Alright, I'm going to stretch out real quick. I went ahead and went with no face cam for this stream because I just woke up a little bit ago. I took a nap because I woke up at 4 a.m. You may be thinking, Davis, why did you wake up at 4 a.m.? Well, storms. No, but I did get a pretty intense storm last night. I have some really good footage of it. Was it worth getting up at 4 a.m.? No, really it wasn't. It woke me up anyway. The rain was heavy enough to wake me up. So I would have been awake either way, but I probably could have fallen back asleep if I tried. But instead, I went ahead and got some footage. Yeah, like 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. is whenever I slept, so 5 hours. Took a 20-minute nap at 8 a.m., but my family was being loud, so that didn't last long. Then I took like a 20 or 30-minute nap just a little bit ago before I started the stream, so... In total, at max, I've still only gotten like 6 hours of sleep, which is really not enough for the human brain to function very well. New severe warning for Franklin, New Hampshire. I know it's enough for some, like if you're an adult, your brain can function on 6 hours of sleep. But I know kids, obviously, the best amount of sleep is like 8 to 10 hours or whatever. But I actually know some people that get by on 6 hours of sleep every night. And, I can do it 1 or 2 nights in a row, but whenever, you're talking however long, like every night, I can't do that. Yeah, I didn't even really get 6 hours of sleep. It was more like 5 hours. So again, a rotation right now near Marlboro looks pretty intense. Southeast of the intersection of Highway 101 and 101 and 12. I almost said 112. Somehow they're still keeping the tornado warning here south of Pittsburgh, and this isn't even rotating anymore. Maybe a little bit in there near Pencraft. So I guess you guys should stay in your safe spot. But again, if you have like an emergency, you're good to go at that point. But again, only if you have an emergency, because still is a pretty dangerous storm there. And we have a storm coming in behind it that is severe and could go tornadic, just like the one previous to it did. So, even after this storm, you guys are about to get hit again. They did just condense that tornado warning. No upgrades or anything, obviously, though, as this storm is really not as impressive as it once was. And again, our Vermont warning, we could probably go without it. Just a thunder shower, really. Really just down to a shower at this point. There may not even be any lightning or thunder associated with that. Again, our storm near Warren, I mean, it's looked like this for a while, and it hasn't done anything, so it's making me think we're not going to see anything out of that. It's had its time, and time in the sun, and it hasn't taken advantage of it, so. I mean, it's literally had its time in the sun. The instability out here is high. No, but we've got, again, our Connecticut storm to watch there that's rotating near Marlboro, but again, we can't really look at it that well. We can pretty clearly see, though, that hook echo wrapping around in that little donut hole trying to develop there. Your inflow going into the storm is what that's indicative of. No, but I mean, if we look at satellite here, we can see the breaks in the clouds. So where it's not storming in here, out in New England, it's sunny. Like, look at this. Some of the spots ahead of these storms are completely sunny. Which, I mean, it's just giving these storms so much juice to, take advantage of their storm juice, as I like to call it. And it's, I mean, a similar situation once you get further down into the Ohio Valley, but not quite as much so. It's a little bit more generally cloudy, which is kind of stabilizing the atmosphere down here, which is good. And we can also see our convection out here in the Four Corner states. For some of these bigger storms here that are prompting flash flood warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings, stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, if we play this back here, you probably actually see these clouds come in. Yes, you can see these clouds are only coming in as soon as the severe weather arrives. So before that, it's sunny in a lot of these spots. Like, look at this, Hartford, you were good. And then immediately, whenever it got cloudy, it got very stormy, which is indicative of that instability. Or I guess it's not stormy yet, but just off to the west of you it is, So, anyway. Anything for Pennsylvania? Yes. We have a tornado warning in Pennsylvania right now to the south of Pittsburgh. For Fairbank, New Salem, Keisterville, Mount Hope, Waltersburg, Smock, Brownsville, Denbo, and Luzerne. So if you're in this area, we need you to take shelter immediately. We also have a severe thunderstorm warning in Pennsylvania for Luzerne, Deemston, Mather, and Amity, however you pronounce that. But, yeah, I mean, even if you're not in those, very specific locations, which there's a good chance you're not, you're probably under a severe thunderstorm watch right now in Pennsylvania, unless you're hugging Lake Erie. You're in Pottstown. Let's just go ahead and see where that's at then, huh? Yeah, so you're under a severe thunderstorm watch, which means conditions are favorable for severe thunderstorms to develop in your area. You have a severe thunderstorm warning to the southwest of you for the Wilmington area, actually, so almost directly south of you. But you got these storms off to your southwest, may bring some sprinkles to your area, but right now you're good. It's looking like you're managing to squeeze in between all these little storms here, so lucky you. Wow. Again, almost unbelievable rotation there in our New Hampshire storm, considering it's not actively producing a tornado, or at least not a confirmed one. Again, we can't really confirm it by radar. There's no debris signature, but again, it may just be because we're looking so high into the atmosphere there because of our distance from the radar site. Okie dokie. So again, continuing with our 4 tornado warnings here. Again, our storm near Harrisville, New Hampshire's rotating quite a bit. Same thing with our one here near Warren, Connecticut. Not very much so on the Warren one, though. I have a feeling Pottstown might get a tornado at night. Not at night. Not on this event, no. Can almost guarantee you that. At best, during the nighttime, you'll get some damaging winds. Or I guess I should say at worst, if you don't like storms. Which would make sense. I'm just a weirdo. So all of our tornado warnings expire in 10 minutes here. And other than our Marlborough storm, I really don't see any that deserve to have their tornado warning reissued, you know? Again, this I'm baffled by the fact that we still have a tornado warning here. We have sprinkles. Showers at best. That's not even our tornadic area, though, so it's sprinkles over Bolton, guys. That never deserved a tornado warning. No, it's not going to be more active at night. Not tonight, it won't. Alrighty. While we're here, let's do a quick update here on our Montana, North Dakota event that is getting ready to get going here over the next couple of hours. So, 7 p.m., the ARRR is saying this is going to be a more late nighttime event now. 7 p.m., we get our first sign of a little thunder shower there, maybe in northeastern Montana. And by 8 p.m., 7 p.m., if you're in mountain time, which I guess Montana would be, full-on supercells out of that. But again, it's really pushing all those to the Canada side of the border. It's not even saying like they drip down to the United States, not really at all. Like that one supercell forms in Montana, that's the closest they get to the U.S. But the NAM disagrees. The NAM is saying by 6 p.m. we've already got storms going in Montana. So not only is it saying we're going to get storms in the U.S., but they're saying it's going to be earlier too. So 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8. If you're in mountain time there in Montana, you would be. Again, those storms are coming in. Again, really, the NAM is saying not too much for Canada at this point. So the NAM continues to lead further into its belief that the storms will stay in the United States. And the ARRR, again, at least it's showing a cell now developing in the U.S. Before it wasn't showing anything. So if you're a fan of storms, it was looking like bad news for you out there in Montana. But at this point, the chances look a little higher, according to the ARRR. And again, if the NAM's correct, you're going to get some big-time storms. So if you don't like storms, sorry about that. But this storm is rotating here on our new severe thunderstorm warning for Ephrata, but it doesn't even have the tornado possible tag. But Johnstown, you have a rotating supercell coming for you, so I'd look out for that. Not a supercell, sorry. A line of storms, rather. And we still somehow have all 4 of those tornado warnings in effect. Across Pennsylvania, Connecticut, New Hampshire, and Vermont. None in New York right now, surprisingly, but we do have severe thunderstorm warnings in New York. Look at that donut hole. Kind of hard to see because of our distance from the radar site. But again, donut hole north of Jaffrey. And Jaffrey's not actually in the warning. The north side of Jaffrey is, but at this point, I mean, Jaffrey's fine. Kind of rotations closer to the Dublin area. New severe warning for Merrimack and Belknap counties, New Hampshire there for the Franklin area. Holy crap. Penny-sized hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds, tornado possible tag. That is really strong rotation there. At least strong velocities. which would be indicative of high winds. But we'll have to watch that cell there as it continues. Okay, finally 2 of our warnings have been removed. Surprisingly, the Connecticut one was one of them, and then the Pennsylvania one was one, which I think should have definitely happened. I would have kept the Connecticut one, but removed the Vermont one. But obviously, it's the National Weather Service's call, and it's not just one National Weather Service office making all these decisions. The 2 just decided to happened to decide to remove their warnings at the same time. The one in Boston and the one in Pittsburgh. Or I don't know if the National Weather Service out here is Boston, or Hartford, whatever it is, New York City. Whatever. Had a 7-inch branch break off a live tree. It took 3 of you to pick it up. Move it onto the street. You're in western New York. Wow. Yeah, make sure to send that report to your local National Weather Service office, which if you're in western New York, it should be Buffalo, I think. I think you can find their email pretty easily online. Dude, I don't even, this is really freaking me out here, but again, it could just be our distance from the radar site plus contamination creating this kind of picture, but if this is actually unfolding, that's obviously awful, but there's no way it is, New severe thunderstorm warning for Manchester, quarter-sized hail, 60-mile-an-hour winds, possible tornado. It's looking like they may actually just let that tornado warning expire then, if that's the play that they're going for. But again, we still have to watch. Okay, they actually removed the storm in Vermont. So again, this is our only tornado warning at this point. It expires in 4 minutes. We'll see if they reissue it or not. But at this point, it's looking like they're not going to, surprisingly. But again, if you're in Peterborough, Hancock, Greenfield, Francistown, New Boston, Lynborough, Goffstown, out all the way towards Manchester, we need you guys to get inside. Very intense storm, severe coming your way. Alrighty, so again, that's your area of rotation in there, south of Harrisville now. Over Highway 101. New severe thunderstorm warning has now been issued for Hillsborough County, New Hampshire. Sorry, nope, not the correct one. It's for Litchfield County, Connecticut. Central Litchfield County in northwestern Connecticut, northern Connecticut. Again, the National Weather Service in Albany has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for your area. Torrington is right smack dab in the middle of that, so if you're in Torrington, we need you to get inside. This storm is it's about to be on top of you, so get ready if you're in Torrington. Or anywhere around Torrington. They're in central Litchfield County. Again, this storm originally was tornado warning, but the tornado warning got removed a little bit ago. Now it is only severe. Quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds still remain threats with that storm, though, potentially. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning for Hartford. They're issuing these warnings well out ahead of this storm here. Must be 2 different National Weather Service offices, otherwise they would have just put this into one warning. But yeah, we have a new severe warning here for Hartford. Did not go that far out. Tornado possible, 60-mile-an-hour winds, quarter-sized hail. So the National Weather Service in Boston Morton is still saying, hey, maybe there's a little bit of rotation with this storm. However, the National Weather Service in Albany is saying, nope. But if you're in Hartford, either way, New Britain, we need you to get into indoors. That's the proper precaution to take there. If you do that, you'll be A-okay as of right now. Okay, we'll give you guys more updates as they happen. But if they don't continue this tornado warning soon, we're going to be able to end off here with no tornado warnings. Again, if you're just now tuning in, we've been live for about an hour and 15 minutes now covering severe weather across New England. And looks like we're finally going to see this stream come to an end here. So again, I want to thank you all for tuning in. Obviously, we are very grateful that this turned out to be a huge nothing burger. Again, we still got some significant wind damage, quite a few counties without power here in New England, but it's not nearly as bad as it could have been with the tornado threat. I don't even think we had any confirmed tornadoes yet today. So, again, that's great. Hopefully it stays that way, but I'll let you guys know if it doesn't. And the tornado warning now has officially expired. So, again, thank you all for tuning into this live stream, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.